Well, in fact, that big disclosure that was first made by Swapna Suresh to the Enforcement Directorate. In fact, Swapna Suresh is joining us on this broadcast. Mr. Suresh, thank you very much for speaking to Republic TV. Let me straight away begin by asking you, the Enforcement Directorate specifically asked you about the conversation that you had with the Principal Secretary, Sivasankar. There were WhatsApp conversations, and you have admitted that commission bribe was actually paid to the builder. Is that true?
Well, the commission was actually paid to the builder, but the builder paid the kickbacks to the beneficiaries. There are many more beneficiaries yet to come to light. Sivasankar is just one among them. And the WhatsApp chats and other evidences handed over to the Enforcement Directorate, who was confronted with me. And probably that's maybe the reason that Sivasankar sir was arrested yesterday night, because he wasn't cooperating. But I would say that I'm very, very happy to know that Enforcement Directorate finally is on the right track, investigating, giving all of us, or giving especially me, a ray of hope that the people behind this entire scam from Kerala, that is specifically speaking about the Honorable Chief Minister, his wife Kamala, his daughter Veena, and his son, who's operating based out of Middle East, handling the monetary transactions smoothly. And also one more important person, just like Sivasankar sir, the soul and heart of the entire Honorable Chief Minister's family, Mr. C.M. Ravindran. All these people have to be interrogated. All these people have to come to light.
You are Ms. Suresh. I'm sorry to interrupt you. I'm sorry to interrupt you. You are now leveling a very serious allegation against another officer who happens to be part of the Chief Minister's office. Do you have any evidence to substantiate the allegation that you have leveled against an officer, a serving officer inside the Chief Minister's office? Because Kerala Chief Minister makes a very pointed response to that. The Kerala, Mr. Suresh, the Kerala Chief Minister says that how can you take anything that Swapna Suresh says on face value, given the fact that you have also been arraigned by the Trivandrum police in this very case in which Sivasankar has been arrested?
Well, this Life Mission project is involving the government of Kerala as well as the Red Crescent, which is the representative NGO who actually funded for the project, believing the Honorable Chief Minister. And at that time, I was a point of contact or the Secretary to the Consulate General of United Arab Emirates based out of Kerala. So obviously, my words were very important then, because the Honorable Chief Minister himself used to ask me, get guidance from me, and also governs us, guides us as to how to go about with the whole thing. All these meetings took place at his official residence, the Cliff House, in the presence of this gentleman, Sivasankar sir, as well as C.M. Ravindran sir. And I don't know if you are aware of it, C.M. Ravindran sir was already called up by the Enforcement Directorate a couple of times last year, but they made sure that they produced medical certificates and they escaped the interrogation very brilliantly or intelligently. After that, the officer then in charge did not proceed with the further interrogation of Mr. C.M. Ravindran. And that's the main reason that I am actually humbly praying to the authorities of the Enforcement Directorate to please interrogate Mr. C.M. Ravindran so that most of these things will come to light. And Sivasankar sir will have to open his mouth now.
Now, can I get some specifics? Ms. Suresh, let's get into specifics of this entire matter. The case was first probed by the Trivandrum police, the Anti-Corruption Bureau, and then it turns out that in their investigation, they've come across some material evidence, WhatsApp conversations between Sivasankar and you. There is a WhatsApp conversation between you and Santosh Ippan. Now, Santosh Pom is the same person who has made an sensational admission saying that payment was made upfront for commission to procure the contract of Life Mission project. Let me first ask you this question. What were these conversations with Sivasankar? Were you aware of the fact that they were willing to pay a bribe to this very contractor? If that's the case, why did you not object? Because at the end of the day, you are equally culpable when it comes to this particular aspect of bribes being given.
Apologies that I cannot go to the specifications of the case because I too will be an accused soon, probably in an hour or tomorrow. Without me being an accused, the case will not go further. So assuming myself to be also an accused in this case, I won't be able to go into the specifications, the implications, the evidences, the facts, the figures, everything has been handed over to the Enforcement Directorate and opening up bluntly and blindly to the media. The specifications will be probably, against the judiciary, So whatever I could say now, I have already said. Rest, day by day, step by step, everything will come out. All the big fishes in the sea will come out to the light, and everybody will give you a clear picture, or the public will come to know what are the scams that is taking place in the name of development in Kerala by the Honorable Chief Minister and his family.
Now, Ms. Suresh, I understand there are limitations because this case is still being investigated. But at a time when you're making some very serious allegations, and these are allegations against a person who hasn't been arrested as yet, so it is incumbent that I take a few more questions on that angle, because here in the documents that I have accessed from my sources, they make a mention of the fact that there was a locker that was found by them during the investigation. This was opened by Swapna Suresh to handle the funds that were obtained from the proceeds of crime. As I understand, there were conversations between you and Mr. Sivasankar. There were conversations between you and Mr. Ravindran. What is it that you can tell our viewers with regards to the communication that you've had with the Kerala Chief Minister's office, especially handling this particular project?
Right from the Chief Minister's bag being taken by the diplomat to the United Arab Emirates through the consulate channel, the biryani vessels that were carried to the Cliff House on different occasions were all, proved or were all mentioned by Mr. Sivasankar in his book, in all his statements, but he has a different version to it. Sivasankar sir and CM Ravindran does not work for the Consulate General of United Arab Emirates. They work for the government of Kerala. They are representatives of the Honorable Chief Minister, the point of contacts. So my conversations with them, because being the secretary to the Consul General, I had to communicate with them. The locker that was opened is to store the proceeds of crime, as you say. When a very trustworthy person, a very senior official, and a very close person to heart tells us to open a locker in the joint name of his chartered accountant and myself, I don't have to think too much about it because I blindly believed him. That is Sivasankar sir. And whatever they used to handle the locker well. I didn't have to talk much about it. Yes?
Well,
Can you hear
Suresh,
me?
my colleague Ashwin is also joining us on this broadcast. Mr. Suresh, we can hear you. There are more questions that emerges from what you have said so far. My colleague Ashwin is also stepping in right now. Ashwin, over to you.
Ms. Suresh, you seems to be going all out and ensuring that a lot of people get hooked into this case. This is one case where you are also an accused. So what is your feeling? What is it that you are intending to do? Are you saying that you want to take a lot of people along with you to the jail? Is that the whole intention? You're not afraid to go to jail. What is your entire idea behind going all out, saying these allegations against the additional private secretary to the Chief Minister of Pinarayi Vijayan, CM Ravindran. These are huge allegations you are making against Chief Minister and his family members as well.
This is not the first time I've been telling this right from the beginning, because I was sent to the jail for 15 months doing nothing. They labeled me, they made me an accused in a terrorist case or in an NIA case for no reason. They manipulated me, exploited me, used my services, forced me to do certain things on behalf of them, and then they can't just get away like that. There should be an answer to all. I need justice. It's not that I don't have a problem. If I am an accused and if I have to return back to the jail, I'll be more than happy. But let the truth come out. And that's all what I am actually fighting for from the beginning. All these things are actually being repeated again and again over so many years now. So I think I would like to wrap it up by saying that let's depend on the Enforcement Directorate, because they are on the right track and they have started an investigation in a very, very right manner. Okay, and this arrest proves it so. I'm also crossing my fingers that let not the Honorable Chief Minister's influence come again in between this, and let the truth come out. So I'm just trying to cooperate with the investigating agencies by giving them names through which all directions they can actually go and get the right people who are behind this. Swapna Suresh alone cannot do everything together. We were working for an organization. We were working for, I was working for a consulate general, and my responsibility is to obey them because it was my daily bread. And whatever I have done according to their directions, I have already admitted, and I've already cooperated with the enforcement. And whenever they will call me in future, I'll definitely cooperate to bring out all the truth to light and to the public, right?
Ms. Suresh,
Thank you
I
very
would like
much.
to take one more question with you before we let you go. Santosh Ippan has now also told the Enforcement Directorate that he had received the payment, the money that was first received from the Red Crescent. It does turn out that there was a meeting between you, Mr. Sivasankar, and the fact that Santosh Ippan. Can you tell us a little bit more about what's the exact role, the alleged role of the Chief
I'm so
Minister's
sorry, I cannot get into the
close aide, Mr.
specifications, but this
Ravindran?
question is
When
wrong.
was the last that you
Because
spoke to him?
Shiv Shankar had a meeting with Santosh Ippan alone. I wasn't present in the meeting. I was always present in the meeting where it was between the Honorable Chief Minister of Kerala.
And what is the role of Mr. Ravindran? And what is the role of Mr. Ravindran?
He is fully aware of all these things. He does the notes down.
What is the role of Mr. Ravindran? Okay.
He writes down the notes.
And are you saying that all of this
these
was at the
meetings took
behest?
place at the Cliff House?
And you are making the allegation that the Kerala Chief Minister was aware of what was happening?
A to Z.
Okay. Thank you very much, Ms. Suresh, for speaking to Republic TV. Yet another sensational claim now being made by Swapna Suresh with regards to the Life Mission case in which Sivasankar has already been arrested by the Enforcement Directorate. But Swapna Suresh, who has also been questioned by the Enforcement Directorate, says that Chief Minister's office, Mr. Ravindran, is also involved in it. In fact, she goes on to say that he was completely aware of the fact that bribe commissions were actually given to the build.